Uh, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Short Box. I'm Brimstone, joined by my midget Wolverine friend, the Ginger Wolverine. Well, you are what? You're like 5'6", dude?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure you're taller than Kata, which actually says something. That man is a midget. Today we got a good one for you, but we got Ladybug in the chat. Always good to see Ladybug kicking around. And we got what do we got here? We got who is it? We got Jay for you. We got the evidence of Jay tripping poo, Ladybug. The evidence is always for the first person in chat.
Hey, Tigger! What's up, poo? Oh my god, he flew! No!
And there is Jay tripping poo. What he has against park mascots, we will never know. But he definitely has something against them. So we have got a whole bunch of comic news for you, some television show news and stuff like that. But oh, what a week, man. Holy crap. I started reading the new Lobo and Deathstroke from Next Level. And Deathstroke was cool,
nice.
definitely not for everybody, but I did a review on Lobo. And it comes out tomorrow, and it wasn't that bad. Ladybug, it's not hard to be taller than Kata. I'm pretty sure Kata's the midget from freaking Bad Santa. But the Deathstroke is good. I'm not really hyper familiar with the character, so it's kind of my first foray into him. But I've seen enough Lobo in all the Justice League to know that basically he's the Deadpool of the DC universe. But I'm going to say this right now. For some reason, I like Lobo more than I like Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
I'm first of all, I'm loving the art for this run. I really am. The writing is iffy, but I'm only 2 issues in. But the art is freaking phenomenal. It reminds me of a bit more gritty Otley.
Okay.
Little gritty, little more cartoony, not quite Sean Gordon Murphy from Batman the White Knight, but not Otley. It's a nice medium. And it starts off hilariously. Like Lobo's going to do a bounty. He pulls up into a spot. Some alien's like, yeah, you can't park here. Lobo pulls off his arm and writes in blood with the arm, Lobo parking, and then tosses the arm away while the guy's sitting there like, ah! And I'm like, okay, I am interested in this book. And what that's doing is I'm actually going to do something that I never do is I'm going to buy the omnibus, the big bad omnibus that they have for him, because it's going to be cheaper than buying the freaking back issues. And I'm like, well, if my theory is that if I like this, I'm going to like this. And it actually has like a 4-page section of like everything that came before it. Like I was, I did this. I'm the main man. I came around. I killed my people. I was a chick for a while. All this stuff that he did throughout. And I'm like, that more comics that do individual runs need that. Because if you do that and tell their backstory in that abridged way, it should draw a portion of people to want to read those back issues, to go back and buy your omnibuses, your trade paperbacks and stuff like that. And we really need to see more of that going back, even if they don't collect the floppies. Go back and read them. Like it's not about. I collect floppies because I like to collect floppies because I'm a nerd and it's what I love doing. I love cataloging. I love all that shit. Like I could literally sit in a comic book warehouse and bag and board comics and catalog them all day, and it would make me happy because I could put on headphones and not have to talk to another fucking human being. But unfortunately, that is not my job. But what I can do is it's just collect compendiums. Like I got Losers 1 and 2 coming. That's 32 issue run. Why? Because it's cheaper than buying it. The 2 books were $26 together compared to the $3 to $5 per issue on that 32 issue run. Now there are some runs that I do want to collect, and some runs I just don't have the money to collect. Like honestly, if I had the money, I would collect the Invincible run because Invincible is just a good comic. But it's a lot, $144. Apparently, that first issue spiked from $300 to $5,000 with the series that hit, which is just absolutely insane. But that'll be a nice segue into our first topic here. We got top sellers and market share for the new comic runs. We got the top sellers for last month. And this is absolutely fantastic. These are pulled and everything like these are from, this is from CI2V. And there's a massive shakeups happening in the Marvel in comics right now. So let's, I'm going to blow this up a little bit for you. So April rent marking stage comes through. They usually come in middle of the month. There were over 225 US stores using these two, Comics Hub and stuff like that. These are just the general things, Comic Hub and around 25 stores, retail manager. So DC and Marvel are selling. Say what you want about Absolute Batman, you don't have to like it, but you can't deny its selling power. You cannot deny the draw that it brings. I'm not a fan of it. Like, there's something about a disconnect. I don't think it looks bad, but for me, there's something seriously about a disconnect about what they did to Batman.
I feel like it's been a while since Wonder Woman has been in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Wonder Woman selling. We actually, the Absolute Manhunter is ending. We have one more issue next month. I want to read it, but the writer's a dick. I refuse to touch anything he does anymore. But if you notice, like, Marvel's doing well, but we got all the Marvel, but that's not true. Look, well, I can tell you right now, I put up my review of Zatanna yesterday. Great book. Fantastic. Okay. It's you got to keep in mind, it's very whimsical, it's multidimensional, it's a bit of a mind twist at points as to what Zatanna's doing. But apparently she's the Prime Magus, which is equivalating it to the Sorcerer Supreme of the DC universe.
Oh.
As far as I can tell. I got a Battle Beast is always in the top 15 every time it's out.
Yeah.
Battle Beast is in the top 15. Fury of Firestorm, we got news on that later. That's going to be amazing. And the buzz around fucking Absolute Green Arrow is huge. Like, I have seen so many good things from both sides types of comic readers. Like, so many comic readers, this just looks really good. But the sales are going, look at that. DC the Absolute Batman. Absolutely. Like, DC is killing it with this Absolute run. They're killing it. And the best part is it doesn't seem to have an ending. Like, Absolute Manhunter, I'm pretty sure they ended because it's not doing well. It's not that popular. I mean, it's not bad. The art in it really, it's the art that makes it the hard read. So it uses a lot of gray and black and white with bright primary colors splashed onto pages. It's like an Andy Warhol acid trip. And it makes it really hard to read because you just get distracted by everything. Fury of Firestorm, if you haven't read that, you got to pick it up, dude. That's really fucking good. That started out great. And the second issue I wasn't a fan of because they are doing it to tie into Supergirl. So they brought in a Justice League. You got Crazy Clown Town. So that last issue, the last page was literally the Justice League, but instead of Superman, it's Supergirl. And you and I both know why they're doing that. Because the freaking, stuff. So yeah. But this is the sales, and look, like, DC is dominating. Image puts out good books and stuff like that, but DC continues to dominate. I bought a copy of Punisher 3. I've heard good things about Cyclops. So the lady, the woman at my comic shop who does the orders is a big Cyclops fan. I haven't had the chance to talk with her about how the new Cyclops is. And Cyclops apparently just hit freaking Marvel Rivals too. And he's getting all kinds of love these days. Did you hear the X-Men news that they're going to have X-Men without Wolverine for the movie?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I can appreciate that. I don't think that's going to land the way you want it to, dude.
He's kind of become a staple for the X-Men now. You gotta
he's too staple. He's too recognizable. And if you don't bring him in, it's not going to be good. But yeah, this is some hella stuff, but it gets crazier because found this article on Reddit. Somebody compiled data. DC has taken over the market share for comics.
Sure.
Image is doing its well. I mean, they do Invincible and Battle Beast, but it's not, and they're also cheaper comics. They're also slightly thinner books, which I still think are too expensive. But Dynamite and Boom put out good things. Hello, all. Donna Hall, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. But the DC at 34% market share, and Marvel is just losing it. They ended the one run that was making them regular money, and they dragged out the last issue release to make quarter sales look better. And, you know, look at that. Marvel, DC, 34/7. You know, it's just continuing to freaking get worse for Marvel. Q1, 2025. Marvel, look, it's just crazy. But look at that. Q1, 2020, 29% of the market is Marvel. Marvel used to dominate. Marvel used to absolutely dominate.
I think that more people are going to overpass. Well, I think right now they're overlooking Marvel, going to DC Image. I don't even Dynamite. The Dynamite hasn't. I mean, look at them, 2.3%. Dynamite, since the Ben 10 comic, they sold out. I don't know if you knew that. They sold out with the Ben 10
Green
comics.
Arrow is already sold out. They're already starting second printings for June.
Yeah.
Green
So
Arrow,
people are looking at other stuff.
Green Arrow is selling out pretty hard. And I was actually popped into my comic shop to update my pull list so they didn't accidentally pull the issues I bought for what is it? So they didn't actually pull the issues that I bought for my Thunderstrike run. And I was talking to him and I'm like, dude, if you can, you have to order a copy of Absolute Green Arrow #1. Base cover, it doesn't matter. It's going to sell out. They're already printing a second run. It is sold out places. People are pre-ordering it because this comic has such great hype around it.
It's gonna oversell Absolute Batman for sure.
Somebody, I was like that guy we watched last week. He was like, you know, I absolutely agree with them on this. Like in like 10 years, maybe 15, the Absolute Batman #1, even if you don't read the rest of the run, will be right up there in collectability with freaking Secret Wars #8. Which is this first appearance. It's absolutely insane. And I bought
I can't wrap my head around it.
I'm not a big fan of it, but you can't deny it. There's something appealing to it. It's dark, it's gritty. And that'll bring me into the next thing. Have you heard about Marvel's latest fuck up? Like, seriously, they dropped this, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? They're trying to respond to the Absolute universe, and it's not good. And that is the Marvel's Midnight. And I read this and I saw this and I'm like, this is some of the stupidest shit I have ever seen.
We'll see.
Marvel Heroes in August. It's a dark Midnight Fantastic Four and Midnight Spider-Man. Midnight X-Men is done by Hickman.
Why did they start with these guys? That's what I want to know.
Well, Spider-Man is the easiest draw. I don't know why they do it with the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four doesn't have the pull. Is actually the lowest selling out of all the Marvel comics. It's a very niche thing. But they go X-Men and Spider-Man, and I'm like, you're trying to make a dark and gritty universe with vampires and that's a vampire storm. And a vampire hunting monk freaking Nightcrawler. And, you know, X-Men might appeal to me because it is Hickman, and I do trust Hickman. He did a good job with Spider-Man Spider-Man Unlimited. Yeah. But that's coming in October, but it's just you're still missing the mark about what people want. You have been rebooting and rebooting and rebooting and rebooting all these characters, and you only canceled, like, they did the Ultimate Spider-Man run. Great, celebrated, loved among fans because it was a back-to-basics comic. And then they killed off the Peter Parker from that universe in Ultimates #3. I don't think you did it to tell the story. You did it because you wanted to piss off the fans that enjoyed that comic, telling them you're not going to get what you want. That's what it fucking was.
Yeah.
But just midnight, and I'm sitting there reading the reactions to this, and it just gets over and over and over, and just horrible choices. Like X is toxic. X is probably the most reasonable place. Have you ever, because you don't get banned for speaking your opinion. Have you ever been to Instagram? But yeah, look, you got Marvel Midnight X-Men, that looks into, when does that come out? It has 2 species. The shadows of New York City are stalked by vampires and the mutant empires. The swords of Damocles hangs over the peace between these 2 factions within them, and an outright war brewing. Yup, it's Stormbird. Look, the art looks good. I don't know. I can't get attached to that. Like, that's right up there with the Batman. There's something majorly off with that shit. You got the Fantastic Four. You got the Midnight Lights turn, and it's just this run of like horror X-Men comics, which should have just been your October run. But this shit, it's an absolute universe, isn't it? They're going to attempt an absolute universe. Look at that, clown pictures. Hickman and the X-Men, okay. Bold new publishing line. We're clearly not bold enough to branch out of the same 3 franchises. You guys have revived your old school horror titles and used your darker characters to make a midnight anthology instead of a BS attempt at an absolute universe. SMH, rare Marvel comic SL. They have all this. Hellstorm, all that stuff. They have so many. You can't wait for you guys to abandon it after 12 issues. No Blade, no Scarlet Witch, no Moon Knight, no Elsa Bloodstone, no Agatha Harkness, no Doctor Strange. Just an endless into nothingness. And it is not, that's my favorite. Just over and over and over. Like, you should give Hickman his own run of X-Men, not some stupid spin-off. But yeah, this is low. This is, I had the lowest of expectations, and I'm still disappointed. But this is just not going to end the way Marvel thinks it does, because they are just so disconnected.
They're lost.
They are.
They're
And you want Lost? I got Lost for you. This is a segue. I'm really bad at this segue shit, but I can't deny this. You will never guess who's coming back to comics in a brand new run. Are you ready? Are you ready? Look who's getting a brand new comic run.
Oh, yeah.
They're rebooting him again.
How many is this? Like 8 or 9 in the last?
I don't know.
Since whenever?
In the most recent volume, Miles Morales concluded a few months ago after 42 issues. 42 issues ain't enough to establish shit. Readers knew it was only a matter of time before Marvel relaunched the book. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Yep, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
I'm more interested.
And Captain America is Steve Rogers. Sam Wilson is the Falcon. Just want to stick.
I'm more interested in like Luke Cage or even Cyborg. I don't care about this.
I would love if they would do a Heroes for Hire run again. That I want more of that street level hero again. Like they need to get back to basics.
Like Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist, those. Maybe some Jessica Jones in there.
Yeah.
But they're bringing back another Miles run, dude. Done by Brian Edward Hill from Ultimate Black Panther and Nico Leon and an artist from Psylocke. According to the press release, the series will see a sinister figure from Miles' father's past back to threaten just Miles and the entire Morales family. Upon returning from Brooklyn after a chronic trip to the Ultimate Universe. Oh, they brought... Look, Miles is like... Look, they literally have... They don't make a new Miles. They just rip him out of whatever universe he's in and bounce him to another one. The trials and tribulations of the teenage hero struggle, fighting through supervillains and homework, and finding time to date night or dinner with the folks. So it's a bit of an unwelcome surprise and dangerous secret that his father's SHIELD past returns to the vengeance and threatens the life of everyone. Oh, so now his dad is a former SHIELD agent. Does that remind you of anybody else's parents? Peter Parker's SHIELD agents? Seriously. You know what? It's going to fail in 6 issues, and they'll bounce it off. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, #1, featuring main cover by I don't like this. Is like all the artists. Why is it that most of these artists these days are so heavily influenced by anime, and yet because of it, they can't find their own fucking style? Look at that. Like, did I show you the cover of the next Phantom issue? The cover A.
No, I don't remember.
So I'll show you this cover A. So this has got so obviously anime influences. I mean, you know, it's visually cool when you actually can see what he's doing on the side of a bus. Hey, Mighty Mac, good to see you. But it's still so influenced by anime, which is fine. But then you have covers like this. That I ordered cover B, by the way, cover B, because I ain't freaking that's just horrible. And they didn't even get the fucking ring right. It's supposed to be a skull ring.
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan. Here's cover B.
There you go.
Not great, but at least they got the ring right.
Yeah.
I did a review of Phantom. My review of Phantom versus the Skyband is up. I finally got it. Took 3 weeks. But yeah, it's Miles is getting. They just don't know what they're doing anymore. Like they keep rebooting. Oh, it's not sticking. Do another reboot. It's not sticking again. Do another reboot.
Here's what I think Marvel needs to do is stop trying to go with the characters that they're like the new characters. What they need to do is go look at what Marvel has done in the past. I mean, I don't want to call it nostalgia bait, but just take inspiration from what it was before. You know what I mean?
But they can't because they're trying to erase what came before. Like I have said before, they aren't using any stories in the movies or anything like that about 20 years ago, say like 2006, 2007. They're trying to erase everything that came before it. Why are they trying to do it? Because they want it to be theirs. They want to push whatever shit they have. It's what's been happening in pop culture. I guarantee you, as soon as Lucas kicks the bed, Disney is 100% going to redo an original trilogy that will tie in to their sequel trilogy. So that way, all the movies stick together and work.
Hopefully.
You know it's coming. I know it's coming. And I said it here first. So apparently the Batman Absolute came out this week, and it was issue 19. It was the first appearance of Robin in a mech, which really kind of made me go, you all are fucking retards. But apparently there were some pretty big issues with it. And I saw this. This came up on my Instagram feed, so I figured I'd share this out there. And this is actually a rare win. All right, let me turn.
Appears Absolute Batman #20 has absolute spine damage, and Bane had nothing to do with it. Bleeding Cool's got the story, and reports are rolling in of widespread and systemic spine tick damage on Absolute Batman #20. Not great news for what was probably going to be the biggest comic of the year so far. And it's not just cover A. Because DC uses the standard cover A as the base for their cardstock variants, that damage is kind of buried underneath the wrap. And the same goes for Martian Manhunter and Barbara Gordon #1. It appears as though it's baked into the entire print run. DC's official stance has been apparently carry on while they figure out how to ameliorate the problem. So if you thought this book was going to be Arkham level insanity before, you ain't seen nothing yet, while everybody hunts for 9.8 clean copies of a book that looks to have widespread damage. Some of you don't care about this at all, some of you are snickering, and some of you are ready to get out the pitchforks. But for those of you ready to chase the monster out of the castle, I simply ask this: be nice to your local comic book shop. They didn't ask for this. Instead of ripping into your LCS like a blind bag, let me know what's going on in the comments. Let's talk about it, because I know certain creators are watching this channel. I believe that those creators and DC Comics have a vested interest in getting this corrected. Breaking Bad.
All right. We got a rare win on this one, dude. We got a rare win on this one. All right. So apparently DC responded.
Oh.
Print run Absolute Batman.
Gonna refresh this.
Accountability for the print run error of Absolute Batman number 20 this week. They announced their get right plan, and you could probably buy a Lamborghini with the amount it cost them to apologize to retailers. I talked about it in my last video, but basically everything showed up with a bunch of spine ticks. And many of the commenters were quick to point out neener to those of us that like to read and have nice things when we're finished doing so. The comments had more judgment than a macaroni and cheese bake-off at a church social in the South. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but I digress. Here's the plan. The second printing is more or less free. Retailers get a 15% credit on variant orders, and CGC will be told to ignore the manufacturer's defect. And while you have to do a little assumptioning to figure out exactly how much they spent on this mistake, the not-so-funny math comes in at about $250,000. Vroom, vroom. And while you might be one of those people that looks right past the 9.8 hunter at your local comic book shop, this is an admission that DC Comics definitely does not, and they recognize that retailers do not either. So go make your own mac and cheese. DC takes accountability for the print run error of Absolute Batman number 20 this week.
That's fantastic. And that is DC basically like, hey, we're sorry, we'll send out new stock with a 15% discount.
Wonder why they didn't. I think they would have caught it though.
Oh no, like they knew they were caught it. Unfortunately, they still haven't caught on with the power that is social media. Like there are the rare times that social media is used for the proper purposes. And this was a right one. Unfortunately, I still think most social media is a bane and plague upon humanity and must be destroyed at all costs. But unfortunately, that will never happen. Which is funny because I YouTube.
Yeah.
But that's another reason why DC is winning, dude. Like, oh shit, misprint. Oh, but damn, fix it. And while I will admit that, you know, say what you want about the Absolutes, say what you want about Next Level, they are not top tier storytelling like we will. We will never get, well, we will, just fewer and far between, those amazing Claremont style runs and, you know, the old comics before all the insanity hit the world in the last like 20 something years. And we will get them. Like Battle Beast delivers. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's a fun comic. It seems to stay out of everything and just do what it does. Like that last issue, Battle Beast cut one of the Juggernaut's heads off and was eating its brain, and then looked over at the other Juggernaut and went, "Can you let me finish eating? I'm really hungry." So,
oh my gosh,
it's just one of those things. But it's like, seriously, we'll never get, like, the days of Claremont, the days of that stuff are gone, but we will get new stuff. We're getting it with the restart of the Rippaverse, with the start of the Iron Age of comics and storytelling. We just are at the tail. We are seeing our favorite heroes and stuff be torn down. While there are some good runs and good arcs and good issues, it's never going to be like it was. It will never be, because you can't go back. You can only move forward. And unfortunately, moving forward means the destruction of the characters that we love and the introduction of new characters that will grow, and probably closer to the end of our lifetime, we will see great things from the characters that we have now that we're getting. But it sucks. And Miles Morales is Miles Morales. We do have some good news about DC Next Level. Big shout out to the Shine Comics for this one, because he brought this to my attention on X. For those who don't know, there is a massively good Firestorm run out now, and it's only supposed to be a 6-issue miniseries. And I'm like, that's cool. I like 6 issues. I will push it to 12, with a 6-month break in between and stuff like that, but an issue every month, because that means it's not going to be a tight story. That means you're going to have filler books. You're going to have all this stuff that contribute nothing. It's the same thing with television series. Like I used to love 20 episode series, and this serial style Monster of the Week style thing for a couple seasons, you can get away with that stuff. But afterwards, you just kind of got to get away from it, and you got to have an overarching story, which means small, tight, contained episodes of everything that needs and moves it along. But this one, from a shout out to Shine Comics, exactly. So Firestorm has been extended to 9 issue, confirmed by Jeff Lemire. And that is fantastic, because this new Firestorm run is great. And of course, Shine being Shine. Exactly. So we can stop this bullshit of black characters only getting miniseries. Firestorm is only supposed to be a mini, but since people actually bought it, it's going to last longer. Maybe even become an ongoing black series. Ongoing black series. I don't extend because you LARPers don't buy it. I buy my comics. I do. I love my comics. I love going to the comic shop every week. I will sit there for like 25 minutes and chit-chatting with the folks about comics and stuff like that. Like, what are people getting? How much do you see being pulled and stuff like that? Just get a general sense. And we have a pretty thriving comic shop here. It's probably the only one close to the area in this state, unless you go to the next, unless you travel like 30 minutes up into New Hampshire, where there's a shit ton of small comic shops. But even then, my comic shop sub is really easy. They do not require you to pay up front, and you just ask that you come in once a month and clean out your box.
Oh.
So there's no pay up front, and I got since I've been going there and buy pretty steadily and spend far more money than I want to admit publicly there. They held my comics for 4 months. I came back with a stack that big, like of all back issues from freaking November of last year when I got back in March. Like, I literally got off the plane. My mom picked me up. She's like, "All right, where do you want to go?" I'm like, "I want to go to the comic shop." I walked in, and I the leftover money from my trip, I paid in cash. And they're like, "You're here." I'm like, "Yep, I'm here to clean up. I haven't seen you for 4 months." I'm like, "Yeah, I was saving for Arizona. I didn't want to not have any wiggle room money, and I didn't go overboard. So I'm here to clean out my box in full." And then I had to stop at the supermarket and get groceries for my apartment. I was out of milk. I needed cheese, needed bread. But yeah, this is fantastic, because Firestorm, this new run is fantastic, because something is seriously up with the fusion with Firestorm. It's not 2 people in there. It's just Firestorm. And we don't know what's going on. He literally landed on Earth and basically fried a whole town.
Oh.
And something is seriously up with this. And I'm like, holy shit, this is really bad. Turning into 8 or 9 issue DC note, I actually care. Lemire actually turns away. Pittsburgh. I had very few comics that I've been interested in dropping Dosh on, but Firestorm is this run, Misha, is absolutely fantastic. It's only 2 issues in. The second issue came out last Wednesday. So go to the comic shop and get this, because the story's starting off something amazing. But the fact that they're expanding it to 9 issues instead of 6 is great, because this run has been absolutely phenomenal. Like, this next level DC stuff has been pretty damn good. Now, I don't expect these to be worth anything, but they're good reads. And, they're like $4 a piece. Yeah, they're $5 each. So it adds up pretty quick. But yeah, this run is absolutely fantastic. It is my first foray into the character. And again, like I said earlier, it makes me want to go back and read the previous books, buy trade paperbacks, look into it and stuff like that. I don't know if you caught my video this week, but did you see what is coming from DC?
I don't know.
So apparently it is It was released last year and it completely flew under my radar, but then again, that's not hard. DC Next Level is releasing a massive amount of books, and it got me really excited. Somebody got a screenshot of it, which really excited me. So I did a video on it earlier this week. You can go back and watch it, everything like that. But this is absolutely fantastic. They are taking their top artists and storytellers and bringing them to low-key heroes. Legion of Superheroes, Doom Patrol, Jonah Hex, the Demon, and Batman Shadow of the Bat. Well, I don't know what exactly that's going to be, but you had me at Jonah Hex in the Demon.
Legion of Superheroes. That's where I'm at. Want to look.
Legion of Superheroes? Yeah, what is that, like superheroes from the year 3000 and shit like that?
Yeah.
I know it has like the Brainiac number one, Brainiac whatever and stuff, and the good Brainiac.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I'm not like they're coming out with Boston Brand. Deadman's getting a whole new 5-issue run. Starting next month. Like they're taking like some of their top artists and writers and putting them on low-key heroes for this DC Next Level.
These are the comics that James Gunn needs to take notes from.
James Gunn needs to step away from anything DC ever. Honestly, what I would watch is I would watch a Justice League of America show with, like Dr. Fate and like, the Flash from, like that campy era, because that's what he thrives at. It's not that the Superman was bad, it's that he can't write it. That's not in his skill of wheelhouse of talent. He's talented. You can't deny. Scooby-Doo. Like Scooby-Doo was fantastic. Like Matthew Lillard and Scooby-Doo. You can't tell me that those weren't fun, great movies. Like Guardians. Absolutely fantastic. But he does well with a large ensemble cast. And when people go see Superman, they want to see Superman, not Superman and his super amazing friends. That's reserved for 30-minute cartoons.
Yeah.
And that's where Gunn is. Not that Gunn's bad. He's just bad at what he's doing right now. Like Supergirl, I have zero interest. I want a Lobo movie. We're not going to get a Lobo movie. I want an hour and 45-minute Jason Momoa Deadpool ripoff. And you can call it a Deadpool ripoff, but that's exactly what it will be. But you know what? The main man will make you fucking money. He absolutely will. Not enough to get me to go see Supergirl, though.
Yeah.
But no, like the fact that Firestorm got extended really shows like, hey, DC has something good going up there, right up there with Image and Invincible and Battle Beast. Well, the Energon stuff is a little questionable. I read the last Energon issue, and like, why the fuck is Alita Prime using the Matrix of Power as a fucking energy sword? Actual panels in the comic. I'm like, I can't not finish the run. I have to finish the run. Once I start it, I'll finish it. The only exception I made for that was the Age of Revelation for X-Men, because I thought it was going to be a self-contained thing like Age of Apocalypse, where I wouldn't need to read all this extra stuff, and it was just this awesome self-contained universe. Unfortunately, Age of Revelation didn't have that, and I had no clue who Revelation was, no fucking clue what was going on. Complete disconnect from everything, so I canceled all that. The only thing I did continue from Marvel was The Punisher and the new Age of Apocalypse run, because I love the Age of Apocalypse, and Nate Gray fucking kicks ass. Nate Gray is free. Nate Gray is Cable without the fucking technovirus, and he's terrifying. He's more powerful than Jean. But just, holy shit. Did you know people pirate comic books? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, what do we got here? I might go see another, if it's done by David Fincher. We're never going to get that, Misha. We are never going to get another David Fincher run. Why? Because they're freaking idiots. Like,
yeah.
they want to move past all of it. They want to get rid of it. They want to do all that stuff. But yeah, we're never going to get that in comics again, in movies again, as much as I would love to. All right. I knew I forgot to put something up. Nope. There we go. That works. So apparently people pirate comics. I mean, I have no clue. I would never do such a thing. But apparently people do. If I want to run, I'm going to read it. It's just how it is. I'm going to buy the floppies. I'll get trade paperbacks and everything. Like, got some stuff. And, like, I'd never sit down and pirate comics. Because for me, comics isn't about just sitting and reading it digitally. Comics is, I got a stack of comics. I got a cup of coffee. And the dog's going down for a nap for a couple of hours. I want to sit. I want to check out. I want to read. And I want to relax. And it's fantastic. So, but apparently there's some people are bitching because Mortal Comics is bitching about comic piracy. And I don't really know what's going on. But comic book community has changed, especially here on Twitter, over pirating. Narrative being built is somehow by taking downloading piracy site will equal. Apparently there was a pirating site that went down. And people are freaking out over it. Comics are expensive, especially new releases. I agree. They do really need to lower prices for the fucking floppies, man. Seriously.
They do.
I mean,
it's unattractive for me for the most part.
Yeah, like me personally, I will 100% because I won't be collecting the Rocketeer comics, but I'll get the trade paperbacks. And I found a nice little hardcover thing because I'm like, I can't. I love the spills, thrills, and chills that I got. Absolutely fantastic. It's got some, dude, Alex Ross art. And it is absolutely fantastic because it actually covers the whole first 6 issues. It covers his origin story in here. I don't like the size. The text is too small for me to read. It hurts my eyes. These are Wolverine, Ginger Wolverine books. But yeah, so Rippleverse.
Yeah.
But apparently comic piracy is getting to be a thing. And I'm like, I think one of the piracy is bad, but the industry isn't helping themselves. Let's take a look at this because I linked this and I'm like, I know this guy had a comment on it. And it's this guy here, Not So Funny Books.
They're not on the moral high ground, but the industry is not blameless as they created the treasure map and showed the booty to everyone. Let's put our nuance pants on and talk. Recently, a major comic book piracy site went down and it caused more consternation than a mogwai at a water park. I'm not going to say their name because fuck that site, but, and there is a but, piracy is the market's mirror that reflects every geographic exclusion, every broken UI, and every missing issue that the formal economy just hasn't fixed. You can be doing a bad thing and the industry can partially blame themselves. Both things can be true. Let's uncoil this slinky. A lot of people talk about a right to culture, or comics in this case. The idea that great stories shouldn't be locked behind a paywall. But when you read for free, you are choking off the creators that you purport to love. That's moral hazard, breaking the law because you feel insulated from the damage you caused. But in a weird way, piracy has acted like the industry's unpaid R&D department. The move to simulpubs, for instance, dropping digital translations the same day as the print version, wasn't some forward-thinking strategy. It was a scramble to keep up with how fast fans were sharing content. That's good. Then you've got displacement, saying no to a $5 copy in lieu of a digital download, which costs the industry about $1.5 billion a year. That's bad. On the other hand, there's discovery, sampling old finished archives you can't find anywhere else, which prompts you to buy new stuff. That's good. And then for the folks happy to pay up, official apps can have big gaps, like the Robert E. Howard Conan stuff, which sits in weird digital rights limbo. That's bad. And then you have legal remedies like a $322 million judgment against Anna's Archives this year, which sounds bad, but it's basically impossible to enforce and essentially becomes a big game of whack-a-mole. But as the Ice Pirates found out, you can't just step on the space herpes and expect them to go away. So there we have it. A bad thing done for not...
My guy at the comic shop found a fantastic way to deal with these issues. Like trade paperbacks are obviously the way to go with these old issues. Trade paperback, compact editions, if you prefer them. It's it's just the way to go, you know. But here's the catch. They should start being print on demand. Order your book, wait 2 weeks, book gets delivered.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any of this, well, it's out of print. Like, I went to go order The Losers #1 from my comic shop. It's not a hard book, not a great book. It's not an amazing book, but it's still something I very much want to read, and I don't want to go after the back issues. Well, I couldn't find it. They couldn't get it because it's on the tail end of printing and it's not on their order form. And I'm like, well, she's like, you shouldn't be able to find it. Well, I'm like, I always like to go to you guys first before, you know, I go ordering online, with the exception of those Invincible Ultimates at $40 a pop, because those just really hurt. The price difference on from them and Amazon is like night and day, and I got to save money. You got to cut money somewhere, and buying a lot of that stuff from there is one of those things. But a lot of this stuff should be print on demand. It's not like trade paperbacks are crazy high collect. You make them that way because you put them out of print. Like, seriously, some of these books are like, imagine if Invincible didn't print omnibuses, didn't print any of that. Like, Invincible is the normie of normie comics. It is a gateway to this larger hobby. And it's a video I'm working on, actually. But it is a gateway to this larger hobby that we have, because it covers every character. It covers all of that. And they don't seem to get that. If you put this out, you're not making money. You have the printing presses. You have all of this stuff. Sorry, I just want to make sure that wasn't anything important. But you refuse to do what's needed because I don't know why. Apparently you don't like money. Like, they're doing well with the compacts on my thought of you walking through my local comic shop while going to get my Lobo and Deathstroke, because they had Batman the White Knight compact right next to it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to tell me how that is when you get it in, man. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will for sure. So.
But no, it's just absolutely insane where we are. Like, that the fact, like, yeah, you know, pirating new books is horrible, bad. No, don't do that. But pirating old books you can't get a hold of anymore. Whose fault is that? Like, if you're willing to sail the seas for them, I can guarantee you they'll probably be willing to pay for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought in Losers #1 and 2, like I said. Losers #2 shows up on Sunday, but I had to order a second one, non-Prime eligible, this week, because I couldn't find a new copy, and it was just couldn't find it anywhere reasonably. Like, I'm like, I got to save as much money as I can, so I got a very good used copy, which I'm like, I don't mind trade paperbacks being used as long as they're not beat to hell and back. As long as they're not really well read and loved. But no, just DC. So we got some new DC cartoons coming out. Do you really care about that?
I mean, I don't know what it is.
All right.
So
this popped up on my feed on Discussing Film. And I just was kind of like, seriously? So there's Starfighter, Mr. Miracle, Creature Commandos Season 2, like we didn't have enough problems with Season 1, Batman the Caped Crusader, and Adventures with the Green Lantern. But I thought Lantern was a problem. I'm like, I don't know, like, this picture right here, for some ungodly reason, has me really freaking worried. Is that Red Tornado in Big Barda?
you don't have it pulled up.
Oh. So there's the slate, and that picture has me a little worried.
That looks like Mr. Miracle.
That's Mr. Miracle? Okay. Looks like Red Tornado to me.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a big lady.
And I'm pretty sure that's Big Barda.
Okay.
But I'm getting a muscle mommy feel off of that shit. That's just weird. Adventures with the Green Lantern? I don't even want to fucking know. And while I love the art for this, I don't think they're going to pull it off.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to pull it off. But these are
Caped
all
Crusaders
cartoons.
is terrible.
They're doing
Yes.
they're doing God's work. I don't even want to know. Starfire is already looking to be a standout. I'm only really interested in Creature Commandos 2, Gas. But yeah, it's DC just like they're getting their comic shit straight for a change. I mean, they're not amazing, but they're fun reads. But they keep missing the mark when it comes to the television shit. They really do. And Invincible is about to go off the rails. Did you hear about Kirkman's latest spew?
No, I didn't.
Oh. Invincible creator Robert Kirkman's confirmed future seasons will deviate from the comics with original storylines and side quests. It's a fun thing to do.
Okay.
I'm going to make a video. 1 minute. I got to write something down here. All right. Now, I have seen clips because that's all this show is made for. Is like Superman. It's meant for TikTok. You make clips, they get promotion, people absorb slop. And suddenly, as soon as you watch a season of Invincible, apparently you're an expert. I don't make the rules. You just are.
Yeah, I know. Give me a second. I got a little gremlin underneath me.
Okay. But according to the Invincible show creator Robert Kirkman, Amazon Prime series may deviate from the original comic series in the future. Side quest, yeah. As long as Starfire isn't Teen Titans Go, Starfire may be worth hearing. It might be, Misha. It might be. Invincible show creator Robert Kirkman spoke as to what to expect from future seasons. There isn't a lot left to the Invincible comic book. There's a Scourge virus, some other minor stories, but the series should have wrapped up in 5 or 6 seasons. But it didn't, and they're going to do more because they got to drag it out. Yeah, this is just absolutely asinine, and I'm going to do a video on this later today. I'm going to do a video on that for next week, but break it into side quests and everything like that is just stupid. Like, you have so many good side stuff. You could do a full Tech Jacket series. You could like I read Tech Jacket. I did a review on it. It's not an amazing book. It started off good, but it's clear they didn't know what to do with it till in the fucking end. But it wasn't a bad book. But it was just, the art was fantastic. Really bounced around though. It was a fusion of Iron Man and the Guyver. But this is just absolutely stupid. I'll do a video on this with the full article later this week. But that's just absolutely oh, we got it back. We got the background.
There we go.
No, but I'll do a video on that later this week and go into a deep dive on that. But just
Okay.
holy shit, man. Like, seriously. Like, he's going to side. He'd already started it. He dabbled in it with the new season, apparently, when Mark went to hell and meet the devil. And I'm just like, I mean, like, does the drool dribble? I mean, you just seem to be missing. Like, your early work was great. So what the hell happened? Apparently, all your budget went to your voice actors. That explains the mid-tier crap animation. And you replaced that with Otley's art? Seriously? So I was going to go over how Absolute Comics are dominating the comic awards this year, but I really don't give a shit about the Absolute. We're going to nix that. Why? Because fuck that shit. But we got 2 more things to go over this week. I wanted to share this absolutely badass comic storage with you. And it gave me ideas. And this is one of the most awesome comic storages I have ever seen. You ready?
Let's do
Hello,
it.
friends. Wanted to share my comic cabinet since I got so many comments about it in my last video. This here is a 4-tier lateral file cabinet capable of holding about 1,000 books per tier, 500 books per row, depending on how you organize it. So you're going to want to look on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist for something like these. Go ahead and pause the screen. You can organize it in either 120 books per row like this, or 500 books per row like this. And I'd like to use these foam core buffers on the outside to kind of pat them in there. To get the outside like this, I used Gorilla Glue and this nice silicone brush to kind of evenly spread it across pages that I had laying around from old books. And that's my comic cabinet. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see my cabinet for graded books. Thanks, and I hope
Well,
this
of
was
course
helpful.
he pulls out the 9.8 Secret Wars. Fuck yourself. That's a grail for me. They have it on the wall at my comic shop for $125. And I still can't bite
man.
people. So I have slowly but surely started to break the comic price barrier. Have you heard of this theory? So it's as far as I know, it's a back issue floppy collectors. They have trouble breaking the barrier for comics. Like there's the $50 barrier, there's the $90 barrier, there's the $100 barrier, there's the $150, pushing to that higher priced book. And I just I haven't done it with the Demon yet because I can't find a book that's in good enough shape what I think the price that they're charging for. Luckily, when the money frees up, I have an email from a reputable comic book merchant. My brother has a 9.8 Secret Wars. I am very jealous of your brother, Ladybug. I very, very much am. I want the whole Secret Wars series. I still need to finish my Infinity Gauntlet books. I'm missing 4 of them. But I just haven't had the time, and I haven't seen them off the rack, and I don't want to order them offline. I got a con I'm headed to in August. So we'll see if I can actually get some pulls off of there and go through some back issues and everything like that. But I'm not going to Boston either. I did out the math, and it would be like $600 for autographs and back issues and badges and food and everything like that. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to end up ordering Gramno. I'm going to end up ordering another round of Compass Comics. And slap those up for review. Probably Alien Alamo and Joe Frankenstein #2, 3. Those will be what I'll order, and there'll be reviews up for those, respectively. And I'm going to try to do some light comic hunting. It's a small local con. It's not huge, but it's a Comic Con. It's not a mega con. It's not a fan expo. It's a comic book convention. So I have a better chance of finding stuff. I would have loved to go down to Terrificon in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun, but I just don't have that kind of money. I can't get down to Connecticut for a day because none of my friends up here collect comics. None of them are interested in going to just a Comic-Con. But Chris Claremont's going to be there. Like, did you see this lineup?
Probably it's pretty massive, I bet.
It's not that. It's a regular Comic-Con. It is absolutely fantastic. So, comic creators, who do we got? Jim Lee. I would never. Well, I would love to get some of my comics signed by Jim Lee. He charges like $400.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous. Chris Claremont, on the other hand, abso-freaking-lutely. I would love to get my Magneto, some of my X-Men signed by him. Timothy Zahn's going to be there, and I would love to get my Heir to the Empire books autographed.
Yeah.
Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb's going to be there.
No.
Apparently, you did Red Hulk. Scott Williams. Alex Sinclair.
DC.
Dan Slott. Joselu Garcia Lopez. He's an older one. Mark Wade.
Okay.
What?
I said, okay.
Mark Waid, dude, I would love
like
to get
Mark
my
Waid.
copy of Kingdom Come signed. The artist David Finch is going to be there. That's pretty cool. Dan Jurgens. I would love to get my DC versus Marvel signed. Also Dan Jurgens does my favorite Superman, the kind of mullet style cut.
Yeah, mine too.
I thought the Man of Steel looked absolutely fantastic at like that. Call me crazy. G.J. Jones, J.G. Jones, Brett Bean, Simon Bisley, creator of Lobo, John Jackson Miller, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That was actually a really good book. Hey, what do you got? Dennis Conway. And the thing is the con badge isn't expensive. It's like $50. But I can't get down to Connecticut. Blake Northcott, Eric Talbot, John Frez, Paul Kepperberg, Terry Dudson, Stephen Lang, old school TMNT art, and some Last Ronin stuff. Jim Lawson, Adam Arthur, Phil Hester. Oh, Arrow, Green Arrow, right there. I know your love of the Green.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Tyler Kirkham, Jim Starlin. Oh God, Jim Starlin.
Dang, this is a good lineup.
Al McCummer would love to get that. That's fantastic. Yeah, this has got a good lineup. Vivian Frances, Mark Morales. Yeah, I got some decent stuff. Invincible, obviously. And Nikita did Long Shot. That Long Shot run, man. That 6-issue limited Long Shot run might be something I want to pull. Tim Seeley did some good stuff. Bart Sears. This is also the same weekend as MegaCon Fan Expo Boston. And Graham Nolan's going to be at Fan Expo Boston.
Oh.
But honestly, I would rather meet comic creators than go to a con that's dedicated to meeting big time celebrities.
Yeah.
Erica Schultz. Green Arrow Longbow Hunters, Mike Grell. Jerry Ordway. I don't know.
Dang.
Hell, I might go get my Chris Claremont and Extra signed. Now I already got my Wildcats comic signed by Jim. If you do go, let me know and pick me up. Scott Hanna, Brian, like look at just it keeps going, dude. Rob McLeod, guy who drew fucking Apocalypse.
Oh my.
Apparently her Daredevil run, Stephanie Phillips' Daredevil run is going gangbusters.
I'm hearing really good things about it. Yeah.
Since it's too late, like I said, so here's the thing. If I start reading it now, I'll have to buy back issues. I'm going to wait for the trade paperback.
Okay.
If I get it now, I have to go hunting for back issues. The question is, how far in are we? And I can't add any more comics to my shit. No, that's not it. I'm going to send a lovely little, when did this start coming out? Okay, so April 1st. I could probably still find it on the shelves. It won't be crazy, but yeah, fuck it. I'll buy it in the trade paperback. I'll pull it next week when I go into the shop. Anna Phillips is doing well. Haven't heard good things. Russ Braun, Franco. Apparently he did a issue of Dead Man. Stop it. Callus Watts Johnson, that iconic Elektra's Return cover. Just it keeps Sean McManus from Hellboy.
It's a lot.
Dude, it keeps going, dude. Terry Kavanaugh. I got these two right here. Those are great covers. Rick Parker, Keith Williams, Joseph Rubenstein, Chris Claremont. Oh, the artist and the writer are going to be. Oh, dude.
Heck yeah.
John Betty. John Betty. It's a crazy lineup. Like, it just keeps getting better. And last year,
I didn't even know half these.
Like, you'll
I didn't
recognize
even
the
know half
covers,
these
but
people
not
are
the
still
artist.
alive.
Yeah. Well, the day Claremont dies is going to be a very sad day indeed. But no, it just keeps going. But that's not all. Like, they actually have like celebrities come into this. Like, seriously. Leah Thompson, Ron Perlman, Priscilla Presley, don't really care. Patrick Warburton, Patty Warbucks, the voice of the Tick, and Brock, Diedrich Bader.
Oh my
Theo
gosh.
Rossi, who was Juice, had a really bad end in Sons of Anarchy. Charisma Carpenter. Emilio Riviera. Oh, God. He is such a great actor, too. Oh, God. Brian Thompson. He's in everything, but he's great. Freddie Sorman. Never heard of him. Nah. Steve Agee. Taylor Maine. Rob Paulson, freaking town.
Yeah.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle animated series cast. My childhood. Rick and Morty. Maurice Lawrence from Pinky and the Brain. Just low-key people. Chris Poland from Megadeth. Michael Sweat from Megadeth. Sergeant Slaughter. The Ultimate X-Men fan experience. Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. And they got prices. Charisma Carpenter's got a $50 for a 100 combo, everything like that. It's crazy. And they got their prices up here. That's good. Selfie and an autograph for $100 from Patrick Warburton. I'd do that. But here's the thing. I don't have the kind of money to do this. I wish I could. All of it went to MegaCon this year. And I got to save for the move. But no, that comic, like, sorry, but I would love to get books signed. I really, really would. But we're going to wrap up here with the last segment of the night, which is my favorite segment, your favorite segment, definitely Gingy's favorite segment, called You Lucky Son of a Bitch. And You Lucky Son of a Bitch pertains to that people who get that ridiculously good comic find for way under price. And it is just absolutely insane what people can get things for. Last week, somebody bought the first and second and third appearances of Carnage and 4 of the 6 Infinity Gauntlets and a couple of other books for under $100. The Carnage itself runs about $90. But this one takes the cake. This one comes from us from Reddit this week. And it is absolutely fantastic. And we're going to go over this absolutely fantastic book. Look at what he got for nothing. First 2 of the Kingpin. First appearance of the Lizard. He got all these for free. People. And I'm like, why can't I have people like that? Vulture. First Craven the Hunter.
I hate these people. I absolutely hate them.
And he said, new comics haul a friend gave me. Friend's dad used to collect, and he gave me all these for free. Nice. Yeah, this is really good. Look at that. And look at the board. Like, look at the condition. These 2 are at least like $300 books. Get them graded 5. The first Shocker. First Craven. He's got 44 through freaking lucky as fuck is right, Ladybug. And just why can't I get that lucky? I want to be that lucky, but I'm not that lucky. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because I'm lucky for what I do have, but dang. Seriously. Okay. So what does your schedule looks like next week, dude?
TBD.
All right. So we do not know if there will be short box next week. I do not like running without my partner in crime. My brother would die for those Spider-Man comics. Heck yeah, Ladybug. I would die for those Spider-Man comics. If I had a choice between those comics and my corgi would win. But still, I would give it some serious thought. And as normal, come here. Hi, come here. And as requested, the Sammy appearance. 1 minute, gotta full screen myself. Here we go. There you go, Bubba. There he is. Saying hi to everybody. Good. Say hi. Look at that. Say hi. Oh, yeah. I love you too. I love you too. But no, there's the Sammy appearance as he always gets one. He's just, no, he's grumping. He's a little baby. You little baby. Yeah. All right, down you go. So that's where we are going to wrap up this week. I'm not that lucky because I do factory work and return home and all my limbs and digits intact. Yeah, you're also an immortal gypsy woman. We have been over this. You do not age, Misha. I have said it multiple times. You are an immortal gypsy woman. And didn't you used to work at a comic shop, or did you hit somebody with a bar stool? One of my personal favorite Misha stories. Some guy grabbed her ass, so she clobbered him over the head with a bar stool. When I don't hear from her for a few days, I randomly message her, do you need bail money? Misha and I have been friends for well over a decade. And I love... Misha is the hardest of hardcore and probably one of my best friends. We chat all day. Oh, but no, we will do our best to be back. Yep. And the comic shop sadly closed. Oh, that sucks. What are they doing with their backstock? Oh, Sammy's being subtle. I'm late with dinner by 3 hours. That thudding, he just threw his dish at my feet.
I didn't hear it.
Yep. He just threw his dish down at my feet. The comic shop sadly closed. Hit me up and see if they're doing anything with their back issues. I'm on the hunt for some. And by the way, thank you again, Ginger Wolverine. I'm now on the hunt for Avengers 1959. I'm going for a trade paperback on that one.
Anytime. I knew I was going to get you. I told you I was going to get you with that one.
I really wanted that. I'm like, that looks good. Did you hear about Avengers 1 million BC?
No.
It's got a Sorcerer Supreme. It's got a Hulk. It's got Odin wielding Mjolnir. And it's like Stone Age caveman shit with Avengers. I'm like, this looks good. It's a single issue too. And I'm like, I'm going to have to find that because that's just one of those awesome, obscure ones. Although the most absolutely ridiculously racist comic I have is Miles Morales as Thor. I actually own a copy of it. I was reading it and he actually says by Odin's fade.
Oh my!
One of the funniest books in the world. That's so funny. I can't not laugh when I read it.
Holy cow!
Woo! All right. Well, I have to feed the puppy. Ow! He's like stump punching me now. So I got to feed the pup. I will be live tomorrow night with more Subnautica 2. We aren't done diving into that one. We're just getting started with 6 hours in. So yeah, we'll be playing that for this week with some Final Fantasy 9 splashing in. I put the schedule up. The short box is up in the air. So we'll be doing, I'll know more later this week if it's up or not. If not, we'll be playing something. But for now, I will catch you all later. In the meantime, I leave you with Jay hitting on a park mascot. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.
Minnie, my sweetheart, right there. There she